A 4 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew imposed on Bimbilla in the Nanomba North District in the northern region after sporadic gunshots believed to have killed a number of indigents were heard in the area. Police and military patrol in the area, we are told, has calmed the situation, with occasional shootings being observed in the area. You recall there have been similar disturbances in recent times in the Bimbilla township in the northern region, which has resulted in the death of many. So what could be the cause of the back and forth riots in this constituency?
To stop. But after the achievement, we heard of gunshots. So there was a lot of tension in Bimbilla that schools have to close, and the town is now empty. Everybody is indoors now. And we just had information from the diocese.
We'll bring you an update of the situation in Bimbilla and also gauge the mood of the police, the interior minister, plus the MP for the area, as well as some independent analysis. This is today's big story. My name is Aisha Bryan. The police describe the situation as fluid and is unable to confirm the number of deaths at the moment. But Minister for Defense, who doubles as the Member of Parliament for the area, assures government is working round the clock to resolve the matter once and for all. It is not clear yet what may have triggered another bout of gunshots in an area noted for its ethnic and chieftaincy violence, but there are indications it is as a result of a disagreement between two chieftaincy factions. Let's listen to our man Osman Nuhu, who has been on the ground.
Regent of the late Na Andani has killed a couple of chiefs today that the other gate tried to stop. But after the achievement, we heard of gunshots. So there was a lot of tension in Bimbilla that schools have to close, and the town is now empty. Everybody is indoors now. And we just had information from the diocese, from the Nanomba North District, to announce to the general public for everyone to stay indoors until further notice.
All right, so Osman Nuhu with Matambo FM in Bimbilla joins us via phone. Good evening to you, Osman. What's the latest from Bimbilla?
Hello, good evening.
What's the latest from Bimbilla, Osman?
Currently, we had an information that the Northern Regional Command has dispatched some more military men to Bimbilla, so they are on their way coming. But currently, the current situation is still the same. The town is empty. Everyone is indoors as directed by the district. So the town is absolutely quiet. Everyone is indoors. There's no one is outside. Only the military and the police patrols.
I know the police are still investigating what could be the cause, but are you able to tell us what have you gathered could be the cause of this violence?
Yes, the information we had about the cause was that the regent of the late Naandani has killed two warrior chiefs today, which earlier on the other side, the Nakwana Salifu or Nasalifu family warned that they should stop. The regent should stop killing the sub chiefs, else there will be troubles. So, upon this information, today at around 1:30, the regent of the late Nandane skinned the two warriors, one from Pusuga and the other one from a village called Jilo. So after the enskinment, we heard of the gunshots.
So these two factions, can you tell us who and who are involved in this once more?
Is that the two
The
families?
two factions.
The two,
yes.
Yes, the two factions. The the Nasalfu family and the supporters of the regent.
Well, earlier the police could not settle on how many casualties have been recorded so far. Are you able to do that?
Not yet. We are still trying to figure the number of casualties. Yes.
And do you know how many people are injured? Have they been sent to the hospital?
We have not gotten any deaths recorded yet or any casualties. As well as we've not gotten any information about any arrests yet. We are still trying to make some inquiries from the hospital and from the police. And currently the town is absolutely empty.
So earlier you described the town as a ghost town. What is the situation right now? Has there been any improvement?
The situation is still a ghost town.
All right.
It's absolutely empty. Everyone is indoors.
All right. Many thanks to you. Osman Noho is a journalist with Matambo FM with Bimbilla. We'll take a break on today's big story. We'll be back with more on this. This is today's big story. We've been talking about some violence in the town of Bimbilla in the Nanumba district of the Northern Region, but we're told there is some calm. Let's speak with Northern Regional Police PRO, Ebenezer Tete. Good evening, ASP Ebenezer Tete. Good evening to you. Earlier, you were not sure if the situation was totally calm due to occasional gunshots you are observing. Can you confirm that now, ASP?
Hello.
Hello, ASP. You are on today's big story.
Good evening.
Well, I was asking that earlier you couldn't confirm whether the place was totally calm. Can you confirm that now?
As we speak, it is not totally calm. It is not totally calm. There's still some gunshots. We can hear some gunshots from some directions, especially outskirts.
Hello, ASP. All right. I think we lost ASP Ebenezer Tete on the phone. We'll try and get him back, but we're discussing the sporadic gunshots in Bimbilla. We just heard from our reporter on the ground from Matambo FM in Bimbilla, who says that there are indications that the installation of some two regions in the area has caused this kind of violence in the area. We do not know what exactly has caused the violence, but we're suspecting that it's a chieftaincy disagreement. He says that before the installment of those warrior chiefs, the other faction, there are two gates, the other gates warned that it should not be done. But the other people went ahead to do it, and after that, this happened. And so that's what we're hearing. But we know that the police are yet to adequately brief us about the cause of the violence, the factions involved, and the possible casualties that may have been recorded. Now, the shooting incident which led to the death of the overlord of Bimbilla, Na Dasana Abdullah and Dani II in 2014, we know resulted in the imposition of a 12-hour curfew in 2014. So this is not new. The curfew that has been imposed in the Bimbilla area is not new. We've seen this a few times, and we know that the shooting incident was triggered by a disagreement between two chieftaincy factions over where to bury the late chief of the town, Nakpa Na Salifu Dawuni. That was what sparked the violence in 2014. And since then, we've been experiencing a flood of similar incidents which have claimed the lives of many and destroyed properties running into several thousands of cities. We spoke with the MP for the area, who is also the Minister for Defense, Dominic Nitiwo, who was so worried about the situation and is assuring that he will do all in his power to ensure there is calm, not just calm, but calm once and for all. We'll be trying to get him on the line to also tell us how he intends to do this, bearing in mind that this has been recurrent. We've seen this a number of times in the region. It happens, calm is returned, and then the next minute we see it recurring. We have ASP Ebenezer Tete back on the line. Good evening to you once again, ASP. What has your preliminary investigations gathered regarding the cause of this violence?
The immediate cause is the installation of a chief in the area. That is what sparked this latest conflict between the feuding factions. So that's what I can say for now.
But earlier the line dropped. You were trying to make the point that the place is not totally calm.
I'm saying that gunshots could be heard from outskirts of Bimbilla. Outskirts of Bimbilla. We have managed to establish some control in Bimbilla Township, a large part of the Bimbilla Township. But once in a while, you could hear sporadic or intermittent gunshots coming from the outskirts. And those areas, the security agencies are unable to move in quickly because they could be hit in a line of fire. So that is what I'm saying.
All right, we lost ASP Ebenezer Tete once again. We'll try and get him back. But the fact is that he says that he cannot confirm that there is total calm in the Bimbilla Township. He says that, yes, there's police and military deployment in the area. The place looks like it's calm, but occasionally they hear gunshots and they cannot even tell where exactly the gunshots are coming from. So they are still investigating to be able to get to the bottom of the issue, and they're also working hard to ensure the place is totally calm. He also says that they are unable to confirm how many people are dead and how many people are injured. When we try to get him back, we'll find out if he's able to tell us now if they know how many people are dead so far from this shooting. We're still trying to also get the MP of the area who is worried, who's also the defense minister, Dominic Nitiwo, who's worried about the situation. He says that the time has come to get this issue solved once and for all. We'll take a break on today's big story. We are back with more. This is today's big story. We are back with ASP on the line. ASP, earlier on you were unable to tell me how many casualties you've recorded so far. Can you confirm now?
For now, we have 2 casualties. We have picked 2 bodies. And the bodies have just been deposited at the hospital, the morgue. So what I can confirm for now is 2.
All right, but ASP, this is not the first time we've experienced these incidents in the Bimbilla constituency. And what happens usually is that there's calm, and then for some time, and then it resurfaces. What measures are you putting in place to ensure we avoid a recurrence?
Thank you very much for this question. Once again, if you look at the problem, there is purely a chieftaincy matter. And as we have re-echoed over and over again, we don't delve into chieftaincy matter. We only come in when there are security implications or when there's any breach of the peace. So since it's a chieftaincy matter, the appropriate agency to go who first of all would be the regional House of Chiefs. If that is not settled, it will go a higher notch, or they can resort to the law courts to have their problems resolved. And I think that is how the rule of law, works. So that is the best solution. The second solution is to, avoid that.
All right, we lost ASP Ebenezer Tete on the phone once again. We'll try and bring him back, but on the other phone line is Emmanuel Soate, who is a security analyst. Good evening to you. We appreciate your time on today's big story. Hello, Mr. Soate, you're on today's big story. All right. I think we lost Emmanuel Soate too on the phone. We'll try and get him back. But interestingly, ASP was making the point that they're trying to beef up security. They're trying to meet with the elders and see how this can be resolved wholly. And the issue that comes to mind is the fact that anytime this occurs, we see that curfews are imposed in that township, and the curfews doesn't really help because it helps for some time, the place is calm for some time, and this resurfaces. So if I get Emmanuel Soate back on the line, we'll be finding out what else can be done since we've seen curfews are not really working for us. We'll find out that pretty shortly when we get Emmanuel Soate. But ASP also makes the point that 2 people so far are dead. He says that that's what he can confirm. Earlier he told me that they've had reports of a lot more people who could be dead, but they really cannot pinpoint where exactly the people are. But now he tells me they can confirm just 2 people are dead, but they're still on the lookout for more of the people who may be hiding, who may be dead, and their bodies hiding in some places. So we'll be getting all that update in a bit, but we'll also be getting the MP for the area who earlier on spoke with me, and he expresses worry that, of course, if you look at what we're all speculating could be the cause of the violence. I mean, just chieftaincy disagreement is not enough to spark this kind of violence that could kill a lot of people and even destroy property. So he's kind of worried, and he's thinking about how this issue can be resolved once and for all. Of course, he assured me that he will do all that he can, all in his power, to ensure that calm is restored in that area. So when we get him on the line, he will tell us what strategies he's going to adopt. I'm sure it's not going to be another curfew, because we've seen that the curfew is not really working. And so we'll get all of this on today's big story. Just don't go away. Stay with us. We'll be back in a bit. This is today's big story. There is a 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. Curfew in the Bimila township because of some sporadic gunshots experienced some few hours ago. Police says the place is calm, but it cannot assure the place is totally calm. Well, on the phone line is security analyst Dr. Franklin Biney, who'll tell us what he knows about this. Good evening to you, Doc. Thanks for your time on today's big story.
Yeah, good evening, Aisha.
Doc, what we are witnessing in Bimbilla right now is not new. We've seen quite a few instances where this chieftaincy disagreements have resulted in this violence. What really could be the challenge? Because what happens is that that calm is returned in the area for some time and then it resurfaces. What could be the challenge, and what would you recommend as the way forward to resolving this issue once and for all?
This is indeed a very difficult circumstances, as I will be aware of this. There's a history as far back as 1994. If you recall, just a battle of Guinea fowl, and it went on because there's a history that these very indigenous people, every time there's a tradition that when one goes to the farm and picks something like meat or something, they have to also pacify or give part to the chief. And this thing erupted and came on. Anytime there is a kind of conflict among these very communities, you realize that it's connected to what? Meat or traditional or linkage. This time around, it's unfortunate. A time has come that we need to look at this thing and this situation and make it a thing of the past. I would suggest that the moment now, every time that we spend the state resources, sending policemen, sending the soldiers, the cost involved there, it's also going against the state. So we are of the view that the time has come that the people there, we must involve the stakeholders like the traditional leaders, faith-based organizations, civil society organizations that are into the kind of conflict analysis, and the police, the army, all to come to a round table and really analyze, and then we deduce, and then establish a fact that we, and also bring it.
I think we lost Dr. Baini there, but that's all time will allow us. I think he made the point right, but I must apologize for the hitches we've had in our telephone lines. And I must also say that MP for Bimbilla, Dominic Nitiwo, who is also the Minister for Defense, promised to speak with us earlier on, but we've been calling his phone. His line is going through, but he's not picking his call. We cannot explain why he didn't pick his call. But we'll be bringing you updates of this sensitive issue in our subsequent bulletin. Joy News Prime comes up in a bit, and we trust us. We'll bring you all the updates on that. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Many thanks for your time. Have a great evening.